I didn't think I would live long enough to actually see Gadgets come back with a vengeance, but we have a 60-card Gadget list for you guys, and some very other interesting list for you guys. Let's take a peek at what's going on, shall we? Hey, you guys, smash that little crap button, subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Kyler Lemonix reached out to me on Facebook and said, "Hey, Robbie, I got top 4 winning my locals." I was like, what? 60 card Gadgets, ladies and gentlemen. We've lived long enough to see 33 trap cards function in a Gadget deck. Holy crap. So, I just want to talk about theory here for a second. So, technically maximizing this deck at 60 cards technically does lower your bad draw ratios of this, and considering the fact that all of your trap cards should just be effective filtering options for you to achieve maximum results, kind of feels good. And remember, I mean, 82 Gadgets does equal Zeus, so I understand how this deck functions on paper. Like, it works. So we have 2 copies of Citadel. Alright, gonna have to, must be first blush some bad card effect. No, we don't really care much outside of that, other than the fact of it's gonna be able to revive itself when Earth Machine monster you control is destroyed by Valor card effect. You know, we got plenty of them little things to sacrifice. We have the 1 copy of the unclassed spare. So if this card is added to your hand except by drawing it, gets to special summon itself. And then if it's normal or special, you can send a Machina monster from your deck to the graveyard. Hey, it drops our boss monster so we can start setting up and doing our thing here. We have triple copies of Anchor Drill here. On normal or special, special summon a Earth Machine monster from your hand in defense position. Alright, so here's the interesting part about this. We can actually do a level modification between this to set up for some rank 8 plays here, but for the most part this acts as an extender for our Gadget monsters. And of course we have triple gold and triple silver. This will give us both extending options so we can climb up and do whichever we want the ladders. Then we have 9 little bricks. Basically each one's going to search for each other. All basic stuff here. I might go in depth and do some testing with this because this is kind of interesting. Then we have 9 draw cards here. Excuse me, 6 draw. So we have 3 desires, 3 extra. Extra kind of... I really, with the way this extra deck is spaced out, I kind of hate the extrav in here, but I feel like you should be able to generate enough resources to continue playing on in an effective way. Then we have triple Storming Mirror Force, triple Infinite Permanence, triple copies of Ice Dragon's Prisons, triple Dynamiscus, triple Torrential Tribute, triple Machina Overdrive, triple Lost Wind, triple Trap Trick, triple Compulse, triple Solemn Strike, and triple copies of Divine Wrath, wrapping up the main deck. The lack of Solemn Judgment really saddens me, but I understand. We have 1 Platinum Gadget, 1 Utopia Double, 2 Gear Gigant, 2 copies of Utopia, 1 Utopia Prime, 1 Utopia Lightning, 1 Vespinato, 2 Dingrisus, 1 Ultimate Falcon, 2 Zeus, and 1 copy of Naturi Exterio. Side deck here is triple Alpha, 1 Pinkertops, the 1 Double or Nothing, triple copies of Waking the Dragon, triple Evenly Matched, triple Heavy Storm Duster, and 1 copy of Imperial Order here, wrapping up the main deck. I just want to see what some of these hands look like. Well, that's a sad little brick. Alright, that's okay. Extrav draws us Compulse Anchor Drill. Technically, we should be setting up and getting our Gadget engine going there with Dynamiscus backed up. Yeah, see, these are the hands I'm cursed with. Technically, I would probably go for the Desires. Desires would draw us Silver and Compulse. That's actually not bad, because we'll set up for extending options on the next turn. You see, look how cursed I am playing this deck. Variance, by the way. Now, this isn't a bad hand whatsoever. Okay, Extrav actually draws us Imperm Gold. That, depending on what we banish, that's not a real bad setup whatsoever. Okay, I kind of like this deck, actually. I'll give this some more testing, and we'll come back and talk about this at a later date here. Next up here is George Rivera's top 2 finish. I say top 2 because first and second ended up splitting the prizes for this particular event. So we have triple copies of the Scantor Dawnwalker, triple copies of the Kliga Clawcrow, 1 copy of the Cyverse Synchron, triple copies of Doppel Warrior, then we got triple copies of Effect Veiler, 1 copy of the Fire Antis Scantor, triple copies of Junk Converter, triple copies of Junk Synchron, triple copies of Stardust Synchron, 1 copy of Stardust Trail, Then we have one Called by the Grave, one Harpy's Feather Duster, two copies of everybody's favorite living fossil, one Monster Reborn, one copy of Reinforcements of the Army, one copy of Stardust Illumination, triple copies of Synchro Overtake, triple copies of Triple Technical Talents, triple copies of Vivid Permanence, wrapping up the main deck here. Down in the next check, we have the one Hyper Librarian, the one copy of Stardust Charge Warrior, one Satellite Warrior, one Omega, the one Martial Metal Marcher, one Junk Warrior, one Junk Speeder, the one Hybrid Dragon Archfiend Abyss, one Herald, one Dawn Dragster, the one Quandrax, the one Crystal Wing, the one copy of Chaos Ruler, one Double Star Shaman, and the one Oxel Synchron, wrapping up the main deck here. Now, we are citing triple Dark Roll no more. You're still a combo deck at the end of the day. So if your opponent sets up a more threatening combo deck than you, guess what, ladies and gentlemen, you can't play the game. Alright, so it's kind of where Dark Rule No More is kind of starting to shine at this point, giving you like those counterpoints and the chance to play the game. Alright, so don't underestimate how good this is. We have one Regeki, triple copies of Twin Twisters, one Imperial Order, one Red Reboot, triple Solemn Judgment, and triple copies of Solemn Strike here. Wrapping up George Rivera's, yes, Stardust Synchro deck, patching up some of the holes that the modern era kind of left this deck limping on. Next up here is Alberto Chavez's second place Ogdoadic list. Now, I think this is in Vodic Shells. I really still love this deck. I think in theory Ogdoadic is probably one of the coolest engines we have, but you still suffer from hand trap-itis. Alright, anything happens to your Snake Rain, you're just crying on that neg 2 limp that you just did. So at the end of the day, that's probably the big sad here. So I still got to give it to people that are trying out this deck and still finding success with it. So we have one copy of Ifrit, one copy of Ascantos, one Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, the one Tsuchinoko, the one Pinkertops, one copy of Karuse, one copy of Neshadal Ariel, triple copies of Nayuya, triple copies of Space Rock, and then we have triple copies of Nunu, one copy of the Ogdoadic Overlord, and then we have triple copies of Gamma, one copy of Shadal Beast, one Shadal Dragon, one Wyvern Buster, the one copy of Zohan, the one copy of Driver. Do keep in mind that the little ones are still just kind of not good, honestly. The King and Queen are kind of bad. I'm kind of starting to see that now. We have one Called by the Grave, triple copies of Chaos Space, one Mind Control, two Water Lily, triple copies of Shadal Fusion, triple copies of Snake Rain, triple copies of Super Polymerization, and one copy of Schism, wrapping up the main deck. And in the extra deck, we have one Avermax, one copy of Lina, one Iron Unicorn, one IP, one copy of Apollosa, the one Hyperton, one copy of Serena, one copy of Hope Harbinger, one King of the Feral Imps, one copy of Chaos Ruler, one Starving Venom, the one Mud Dragon, the one Winda, one Construct, and the one copy of App Clone. Side deck here with triple Ansia, one Dweller, one Exciton Knight, one Phoenix, two copies of Lunar Eclipse, triple Twin Twisters, triple copies of Dynamiscus, and one copy of Red Rebuto here, wrapping up, yes, another Ogdoadic list for you guys. And the last list I have for you guys here is a second place finish from Douglas playing Gren Maju. It is kind of cool seeing like how this deck continues to adapt out here and how players try to patch the holes that this deck has been left with. So we have triple copies of Gizmo Makarochi, triple copies of Dimension Shifter, triple copies of Inspector Border, and triple copies of Grand Maju. This feels more like a stun control deck more than anything here with the arrangement of monsters we have. Spells here are triple Pot of Desires, triple Pot of Extravagance, triple copies of Pot of Duality, and one copy of Necro Valley for those matchups that aren't going to be too fun for you. Then we have one Storming Mirror Force, one Mirror Force, two copies of Punishment, one Compulsory Evacuation Device, triple copies of There Can Only Be One, one copy of Macrocosmo, two Crackdown, triple copies of Monster Strike, triple copies of Solemn Judgment, and two copies of Solemn Strike here, rag up the main deck. Like the spicy one of Storming, the one of Mirror Force, and the one of Compulse. That's kind of hilarious. In the next deck, we have one Ultimate Falcon, one copy of the Wind Pegasus, two Stardust, one copy of the Flower Cardian Light Flare. I guess we just need a 5,000 beat stick. One Mud Dragon, triple Inantis, one copy of the Earth Golem, one Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, one Dragostapelia, two copies of Starving Venom, and the one Violet Chimera. Side deck here, we have one Lightning Storm, one Arby's for the Duster, triple copies of Super Polymerization, triple copies of Evenly Match, two copies of Heavy Storm Duster, two Starlight Road, the two copies of Mistake, and one copy of Imperial Order here, wrapping up this chunk of awesome deck profiles. So what do you guys think about these? Please leave a comment about what you guys think. Smash the crib button, subscribe button. You guys don't miss out more awesome content. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on the day with some more cool awesome content. Peace out, guys. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out Vanquill40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by Vanquill40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mquillgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.